Today's lesson on life is a necessary tool for success. Faith. This month, I'll be combining the lesson on life and the Speak Into Your Life segments to bring you a special 5-part series. I'll be educating, inspiring, and empowering the community with a message of hope in a time when people are lost, hurting, and looking for something to hold on to. This message is for those who are young and mature, who need something that will help them to overcome depression, anxiety, anger, fear, and the haters, but most importantly, get past yourself. The message is going to help you move forward in life, in love, and in your career. It is a necessary tool for success. Stay tuned to find out what I have to say about this acronym, FAITH. There's something here for you. So faith, the A, attitude adjustment, something we're going to talk about today. Again, ethics and character education is not something that's always taught in school, but something that I always feel the need to talk about, because it may not be we feel like us. It may not be anyone in this room, but many times we have to check our own selves. So we're going to do a little bit of checking today, okay? Because there's some things I want you to think about. Ask yourself, do I have values, morals, and character? Nod your head if you do. We all do. You were raised that way, right? You better remember that when you go off to college. Okay? But seriously, I want you to think about something. I want you to understand this, because you're going to hear a lot of things when you guys get out into even your higher level high school classes or in college, some things that's going to test your faith. Some things that are going to test who you are, going to test your ethics and your morals and your values, and make you wonder if I'm who I'm supposed to be, or what should I believe in. And I want you to know who you are. Do you have values, morals, and character? I want you to think about this. Without values, morals, and character, do you understand that everything is permissible? Do you understand that without any structure, without any morals, what your life would be like? Think about it for a second. No rules, no standards. Not just you now, take it next level. How do you feel about living next door to someone who has no ethics, no values, no character? Bring it home. How do you feel about dating someone who has no ethics, no values, no character? What if everybody in the world didn't have any ethics, values, and character? Where would we be? Where would we be? I want you to understand how important these are, because many times we just think about ourselves and we say, well, you know, I was raised okay, you know, I have values, I have morals. You think about yourself, but many of you are going to enter relationships with people that don't have any values, no morals, no character, no integrity, no honesty. You can't rely on them. You can't depend on them. But I love him. I love her. But you're going to enter relationships with people like that, and you're going to wonder why y'all don't get along. Because your definition of cheating is different from their definition. They say, what's wrong with having 2 or 3 friends? They just friends. You like, that's not a friend. That's not right. They're like, yes, it is. My aunt has 3 friends. My mama had 4. You're like, well, that's not how I was raised. That's not how it's supposed to be. I want you to understand how important this is. Some people will go on to marry people who don't have any, and have little kids with people that don't have any values, morals, or character. You're going to be in college. Some people are going to be your roommate. They ain't going to have no values, morals, or character. You're going to have to share the bathroom with them, because that's what you got to do in college. Somebody going to be nasty. It's always one person that want to leave stuff on the floor. Always. You think your sister or brother bad. Wait till you're there with a complete stranger, okay? I believe that for me as a professor, as a teacher in the community, that I have an ethical obligation to teach and to mentor my students, but in everything that I do. And I want you guys to take on this because this is going to help you with your attitude adjustment that we're going to do some adjusting, okay? I believe that every teacher that you're going to have or that you have had, every staff person, every community elder, I'm always pushing my older folks because they feel like their job is done, and I tell them it's not done yet. It's not done yet. As long as we have breath in our body, we should be trying to help somebody else. Bring it up, okay? I think everybody has that obligation, but I need you to understand something. Should everyone treat you with respect? Yes. Will everyone treat you with respect? Will you treat everyone with respect? It's funny how all of y'all said yes in unison. Okay? Well, we talked about should everyone treat you with respect. Well, aren't you a part of the everyone? You're a part of the everyone. Ain't nothing worse than going to, I won't call no business names, but you know those places where you go and the people are rude to you. You know, I'd be all bubbly. I'm like, hello, how are you? Can I get a cheeseburger? She'd be like, yes. I mean, can you speak to me? Hello, welcome to such and such. I know many of you maybe have part-time jobs. Don't be that person. Don't be that person, okay? You know, don't be that person. Ruin somebody's day just because you're having a bad day, okay? And as you grow up and get these wonderful jobs, if you don't love your job, don't work there. Don't work there. That's what I be wanting to tell the people, okay? They need an attitude adjustment. Okay, if you don't like your job, don't be hating, okay? You know, because I know I be strolling up. Hey, how you doing? Okay? I want everybody to walk up like that. Okay, attitude adjustment. Carry it with you. And if those other people are sad and having a bad day, that's on them. But don't lose your smile. Okay, I want you to know how to treat them. Okay, I want you to know that you have an ethical obligation to listen and to respect your elders. That's something that we've really gotten away from. You guys are younger than me. There's my generation, there's older generation. But many folks have gotten into this, how I treat people the way they treat me. That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes, okay? What is the saying? What is the value? How does it go? Yes, exactly. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Now, sometimes the problem with that is that people themselves don't even know how they want to be treated. Isn't that sad? They so used to being yelled at, they're yelling at you. They so used to being treated bad that they treating you bad because they think, well, everybody yell in my family. You the one being all quiet, that's weak. No, you're loud, okay? So make sure you understand how you're supposed to treat others, but also how people are supposed to treat you so that you know how you're supposed to be treated. And when someone's not treating you like you're supposed to be treated, you know how to do what? Walk away, okay? Treat others the way you want to be treated. Need you to understand that, okay? I need you all also to play an active role. How many of you understand that nobody owes you anything? Nobody has to do anything for you. It is a blessing, and I am grateful when people do things for me, but no one has to. Now, any of your family members owe you anything? Some of you are going to be mad at your high school graduation because some people are not going to be there. Some people you're going to be mad at your college graduation because some people are not going to be there. Some of you are going to be mad because somebody said something to you or didn't do something for you, or when you wanted to go on that mission trip, they ain't give you no money. They ain't have any money. You know, the truth of the matter is, they say your graduation too far. And you're like, really? It's like 30 minutes. Your voice go up like that. Okay? But don't hold that in your heart, because really it could be something as simple as that, but it's not because you're not loved. It's not because you're not cared about. But the truth of the matter is, I need you to play an active role in your life. No matter what, I need you to say, okay, this is what I need to do. I have a little saying I used to have when I was younger. If I have to go, then I have to go by myself. Okay? It's a spiritual saying. Lord, I'll go if I have to go by myself. And there are many things that I have to go even if I have to go by myself. So I know some of you waiting on your girlfriend to go exercise with you. You waiting on somebody to go shopping with you. You can't go eat by yourself. You can't go to the bathroom without your girlfriend. You can't do certain things without a friend. Well, let me tell you something about life. You can't take your friends everywhere you go. You just won't be able to. There are some things in this life you're going to have to go by yourself. You might want some of your friends to go to the military, go into college with you, but there are some things you can't take mama and you can't take daddy. You're going to have to go by yourself. And you're going to be a little afraid, but you're going to have to go, even if you have to go by yourself. Everybody understand? Yes. And you're going to be okay. Reacting versus acting or responding. Some of you may have heard of this, but I need to say this because some of you find yourself reacting to people and what people say about you or to you or how people think about you. You don't have to answer that because I know that is true. Okay? You get mad. You heard somebody was talking about you. You heard somebody didn't like you. You don't even know if it's true. I don't like rumors. I don't like gossip. I don't like gossiping people. They don't have anything to do. I feel like they should get a life. I really do, because for me personally, I feel like if you really focus on yourself, that should take up all your time. That really should take up all your time if you focused on you, right? So why are you all up in somebody else's business? Why? Okay? Just want to say that, okay? So when you find yourself reacting to what people say or think of you, I want you to think about these three things. What does your character consist of? Who am I versus who they say I am? As some of the old schoolers might say, it's not about your name, is what do you answer to, okay? Who are you? So when people start talking about you, it's not going to matter if you know who you are. You holding on to that? It's not going to matter if you know who you are. Because when you know who you are, okay, you a bad mama, bad papa, okay, it's not going to matter what they say. It might irk you a little bit. It might make you a little upset, but you know who you are. You know the things that you do. You know what you're made up of. That's what's important. People are always going to talk, and I have a little saying about that too. Always going to talk, okay? They're going to say bad stuff. They're going to say good stuff. If you're doing bad, they're going to talk about you. If you're doing good, they're going to talk about you. But you know what I say? I'm going to do good. You know why? Because if they're going to talk, let me give them something to talk about. Okay? So is that Dr. Perry running by again? Yep. That's me. Okay? Is she on TV? Is she on the radio? Is that her in the newspaper, Markel? Yes, that is her. Okay? Dang, there she go again. I want you to do great things. I want you to do great things. So when people do have something to say, let them have something great to say about you. Right? Right. Okay? I want you to understand, what do people see when they see you? Do you know what people see when they see you? You need to be aware of that. Are you always walking with your head down? Are you always the loud one in your crowd? Are you always trying to be seen? Okay? What do people see? Is that what you want them to see? Is that what you want people to see? Think about it. You're not a little kid anymore. Okay? You're rising in this life. Now you're trying to get scholarships. You're trying to go to college. Your teachers might have to write letters of recommendation for you. Your church members, you never know when they're thinking of you to give you a scholarship. People are watching you. What do people see when they see you? Do they see your potential? Do they see a wonderful young man or a wonderful young woman that's full of potential? What do they see when they see you? What are you talking about when you talk to people? I want you to think about that. Lastly, what do you want them to see in you as far as what you want to do in your career? Have you developed sort of a speech of, this is what I want to do? Have you told anybody that you want to go to college, that you want to go in the military? So when they're thinking of you, they say, you know what? There's a scholarship and she wants to go into nursing. And so, you know what? I'm going to tell this group of girls about this. And there's something over here for the young men. I think I'm going to tell him about this. How can people help you? You're growing up. It's time for you to start thinking about not only how people see you, but how you see yourself and how you want people to see you. I want you to choose to react and not act towards people and about things and how people speak about you. Okay? couple of notes here. Reacting is when you respond based on physical and emotional responses. When you react, somebody says something about you and you react. Physical, you might get in a fight with them, you're ready to slap somebody, okay? Those are basic levels of responding. Okay, emotional, you start crying or you get all angry. Those are basic sort of animal instincts. That's not how we act, okay? Acting is when you respond based on your psychological maturity. Yes, that hurt my feelings, but this is how I'm going to choose to react. Because I know who I am, because I know what character I have, I'm going to act this way towards that person. There's a lot of people, I tell my older students all the time, people who think that they've gotten over on me, okay? And trust me, it takes a lot of psychological maturity. There are some people that you're going to have to be nice to because it's who you are. It's not because they deserve it. It's because it's who you are. There are some people you're going to run into. Some of you might have part-time jobs. Been running me my whole life. I had this one supervisor, she didn't like me at all, okay? I was the hardest working person there, but something about me, I think it was my light, my bubbly spirit, you know, I think. But she just did not like me. But I kept working hard because I was raised to work hard, okay? And finally, after a while, you know, she started to come around, but hey, my attitude was I wasn't going to be there. But I didn't let that attitude say, well, I don't forget this job. No, I gave 125%. I got my paycheck, and I did it because it's who I am. Not because of how she treated me. I did it because I have an amazing work ethic. And that amazing work ethic has pushed me far and in so many different directions. So I need you to understand the difference between reacting to people and situations. Because this kind of stuff is going to keep you. I know you know some grown people who done walked off a job knowing they got bills to pay, knowing they got kids at home, knowing they just bought that new car. And they got upset with that supervisor and left that job. Stupid. Stupid. Because that car payment is coming. No matter if you want it to or not, it's coming. And they go home going, shoot, I shouldn't have said that. Too late now, okay? And so you got to remember, not only while you're in school now, to start learning how to respond to things, but for life. This is some stuff that's going to help you, okay? Learn how to know who you are. Need you to understand that. Read with me. I am a person with values, morals, and character. I will choose to act instead of reacting to people, life, and life situations. My attitude is my choice. My choice. All right? I want you to remember that. Your choice. Nobody can make you do anything. That person made me mad. That person made me go off on them. No, they did. You did that. You did that, okay? Just remember that, because that's what other people are going to say too. But that so-and-so said something about, nobody cares. They only care about what you did. Your attitude is your choice. Starting today, every decision, okay, your perspective, your frame of mind, it's your choice. It has to start early. Don't think I'm gonna wait. I'm just a kid. No, you choose to be a kid when you want to be a kid. You can't be choosing to be young, okay, at one time and then be like, I'm mature another time of your life. No, okay? It's now time for our community resources. I'm so excited today. I have with me on the show Ms. Candace Artis. She is the high school career coaching supervisor, and she covers a number of schools in our area in Western Tidewater. And I wanted her to talk about some of the services that she has going on and some of the awesome work that she actually does as a supervisor. Welcome, Ms. Candace Artis. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Tell us a little bit about what you have going on. I know I don't know if this is a busy season with the kids been out of school or if you get a break actually because they're out of school.
Well, normally I would get a break, but right now we're transitioning between part-time to full-time coaches.
Okay.
So I'm actually looking for 2 high school career coaches to work full-time in some of our schools. So
job opportunity.
So right now we're trying to prepare for that, for that transition, so we can be able to utilize more of our coaches to have more time with the students one-on-one.
I think that's wonderful. Wonderful. So what are some of the schools that you cover with this program?
We cover a total of 7 high schools within Paul DeKemp Community College's service area that covers the high schools in the area of the county of Isle of Wight and also the county of Southampton. And we also service the cities of Suffolk and Franklin, Virginia.
That is a lot. That's a huge service area.
Yeah.
And so I hope the parents are watching. I hope the kids are watching to let you know, if you don't know, that you have high school career coaches in your school. And if you're not in this Western Tidewater area, you're in Virginia Beach or Norfolk or wherever, go to your child's high school and see if they have similar services based on what we're going to talk about today. So what are some of the things that the high school career coaches offer the students?
Primarily, we assist with the transition from high school to post-secondary education or the workforce. However, we do kind of get more intimate with the students to try to help them succeed in any way. So if they're having problems trying to pass SOL tests or passing those ASVAB or other college admissions tests, we do help with those. Also, we do cover helping with financial aid. We cover with just the overall transition. So anything that falls under that broad category, we assist with.
And that is so awesome, because I remember in high school, I had to figure out a lot of things by myself. I know you have your guidance counselors, and they're supposed to help you with some of those career services, and many times they do an awesome job, but sometimes you need somebody to fill in the gap. And that's where those high school career coaches come in, because you do have that one-on-one with someone who really takes you under their arm to sort of help you with these services. And you heard her say the testing process, which a lot of people, the ASVAB, for some of you don't know, is the military exam. If you're thinking about going into the military, young people, and getting into college, it can be a serious problem, because many of our students, as we know, they're first time graduates, their first time going to college, so they may not have a family member that can show them how to fill out an application, how to go through the FAFSA and fill out the financial aid process.
Correct. So basically, we really don't have just one targeted area. We pretty much are all service type of person, and of course it depends on the school, and it depends on the demographic of the school and also the culture of the school, because schools in Suffolk have access coordinators that allow them to be more in depth with financial aid, so our coaches might not be as involved. But in some of the more rural areas, we kind of are a little bit extended to other areas, so we're primarily an extension of the guidance office. So and then when you talk about financial aid, are you talking about helping them through the whole process, down to getting the tax information from the parents, to actually filling out the FAFSA, interpreting the FAFSA, sometimes following up with the schools to make sure that they can get additional money if they have satisfactory grades or test scores. So pretty much anything in that realm.
And for those of you who may not know what we're talking about, I know many of you do, but that's FAFSA, and it's your federal financial aid. And many people, some people, young people may not be aware of that, but that is like one of the most important things after you apply to college. Sometimes before, you need to complete that. And sometimes parents feel like, well, what do you need from me? Well, we need a lot from you, especially those tax records. So, and again, if you need assistance, you know, again, no one's getting into your business, but you have someone that can talk to you confidential and just get just the information that they need just to get your child in school.
And most of the time, the parents are very receptive to actually having help. I haven't had much resistance, but for the most part, parents are just touched that there's somebody in the school that's willing to sit down with their child and help them one-on-one versus giving them a sheet of directions and telling them to go figure it out on their own.
It's a really hard process.
Because most parents, like you said, the students are first-generation college students, so their parents wouldn't be aware of the different procedures that they have to go through to be able to get their child into school.
I love that. So how often are the coaches in the school?
Primarily, if they're split between 2 schools, we try to do 2 days a week, all day at the school. This year, I'm going to be trying to be a little bit more visible to assist the new coaches with training. So for the most part, the coaches will be there anywhere from 2 to 3 days a week during the school day. Also participate in extracurricular activities so they can be kind of visual to parents, administrators, staff, and also students.
Good. And so last thing I want to ask, so how do they find, if someone's in the school and they're looking for their high school coach, where do they go? Do they go to the front office? Or?
Go to the guidance office. We'll primarily be somewhere around guidance, or guidance will know where our offices are located. But for the most part, we'll try to be centrally located, close to the office and to the main office, so that we can get necessary information if we need to find a student or something like that.
And I'm going to brag on you for just a second, and then we'll wrap up. But Miss Candace Artis is a very helpful person, not only in her career, but also in personal life and what she does in the community, and whatever she does for her students, she would do for any person,
Right.
especially the young people. And so I know you've been doing this for a while. I still remember those mock interviews. And so, you know, if you need to learn how to, if you know, again, whatever direction you're going, whether you're going to a career, you're going to get a job,
right.
Or you're going into the military, or you're going into college, and you guys have heard me speak before about the options, you got to pick something. They're doing nothing is not an option. You have to be a productive person in our environment, in our society, and you have to either get a job, go to the military, or go to college. There's no other choice. And again, it doesn't matter if you go to 2-year school, community college, or 4-year trade school, get a certificate. It doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter.
But utilize these services, because there are people out here like Ms. Candace who are trying to help you, whatever decision you make. So there's no excuse, okay? So we want to give you these resources so you can say, I'm excited about life. So if people want to get in touch with you, Ms. Candace Artis, how can they get in touch with you or your office?
Primarily, I can be reached by telephone at 757-569-6770. That's my office number. Also via email at cartis@pdc.edu. And if you either call me or if you send me an email, normally the turnaround time is very quick, so I'll be sure to address whatever concerns that parents or students may have.
Beautiful job. Beautiful job. Ms. Candace Artis, give her a hand.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
And a special thanks to Dr. William Aiken, president of Paul D. Camp Community College, and the Franklin community for their support. God bless you, and thank you for watching It's Life Changing with me,